Hi, I'm Michael Hyatt from michaelhyatt.com and author of the New York Times bestseller Platform, Get Noticed in a Noisy World. Welcome to Easy WordPress Setup. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to launch a self-hosted WordPress blog in 20 minutes or less. And as a bonus, I'll show you how to write and publish your very first blog post. No, you won't need any technical expertise. I've proven that. My original screencast has already helped more than 10,000 people just like you get started with WordPress. I'm going to keep these instructions really simple, and I'm going to walk you through the entire process one click at a time. In essence, you'll be looking over my shoulder, watching me do it on screen. No, I'm not going to teach you what a self-hosted WordPress blog is. I'm assuming you already know that. And if you don't, that's okay. You can follow a link I've included in the notes below this video. It explains the differences between hosted and self-hosted WordPress. Let me just say that in a word, the difference is about control. Self-hosted WordPress gives you more control over your blog, and it's what most serious bloggers use. It's what I use on my site at michaelhyatt.com. So let's get started. I've organized this tutorial around 7 steps. Step number 1. Gather your resources. Here's what you're going to need to set up your self-hosted WordPress blog. You'll need a domain name, that is a name for your blog. This is what people type in the address bar of their internet browser to get to your blog. For example, mine is michaelhyatt.com. Yours might be your name or the name of your company or something else. It doesn't have to be registered. In fact, it's better off if it's not. You'll also need a credit card, and you'll need to allocate about 20 minutes. That's it. And in this tutorial, we're going to set up a blog called myeasywpdemo.com, which is simply a demo site that I'm going to use in this screencast, which leads us to step number 2. Set up a hosting account. Now, a hosting account is where your blog will live. This is a server, in other words, a computer, in the cloud, a remote computer, where you'll rent space to install the WordPress software and manage your blog. Now, if that causes your eyes to glaze over or you don't understand it, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just understand that this is where your blog is going to live. There are a lot of hosting services available, hundreds, maybe even thousands, but I recommend one, and the one I recommend is Bluehost. Now, I recommend Bluehost for 7 specific reasons. Reason number 1, support. Bluehost has great 24/7 support via phone, email, or chat. And I've had a few opportunities to test it myself, and I've always found them to be quick, courteous, and knowledgeable. Terrific support. All the company's support staff is also located in the US. Reason number 2, reliability. Bluehost is super reliable. It has an uptime average of 99.9%. Honestly, that's about as good as it gets. Reason number 3, ease of use. Bluehost is very easy to use, as you're going to see. In fact, shockingly so. You'll wonder why you haven't set up a hosting service before now. Reason number 4, WordPress. WordPress only officially recommends 3 hosting services, and Bluehost is number 1. It hosts over 850,000 WordPress blogs. Reason number 5, no limits. Bluehost offers unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, and unlimited domains, which you can host multiple blogs on one account, and unlimited email accounts. Reason number 6, affordability. Bluehost is inexpensive, just a few dollars a month, depending on which plan you pick. And in a moment, I'll tell you how to get it at a discount off the advertised price. Reason number 7, values. In its terms of service, Bluehost prohibits pornography and other adult content. It strictly enforces this standard, and it deletes sites that violate it. I like this because, frankly, it squares with my values. I don't want a blog sitting on the same server as some pornographer. Now, I don't know if you share that value. I'm not trying to impose my values on you, but if that's important to you, Bluehost is one of the few hosting services that has that policy and enforces it. In fact, I checked the other 4 most popular hosting services, and all of them allow for pornography, Bluehost was the only exception. So in my view, these 7 reasons make Bluehost a no-brainer. So to get to the site, go to michaelhyatt.com/Bluehost. Again, that's michaelhyatt.com/Bluehost. And yes, that's an affiliate link, which means Bluehost pays me a commission if you sign up through me. It doesn't cost you any more. Bluehost absorbs this cost. It's the same price for you either way. And just so you know, all of the hosting services do that. I could have chosen any of them and they would have been happy to pay me a commission. The reason I recommend Bluehost above the others is for the 7 reasons I gave a moment ago. Now, I should also mention that I don't use Bluehost for michaelhyatt.com. At this point, my site's just too big. My blog is running on 2 dedicated and mirrored servers. Bluehost specializes in shared servers rather than dedicated servers, so it just doesn't really work for me with my level of traffic, which is hundreds of thousands of unique visitors each month. But my other sites are running on Bluehost, including my wife's site, and I've recommended it to family members and thousands of other bloggers. And in the 3 years I've been doing this, I've only had a handful of complaints. Now, keep in mind that Bluehost offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, which you can see right here at the bottom of the sign-up page. You just scroll down, and there it is. Money-back guarantee. Try us and love us, or get a refund at any time. You're never locked into a contract, and there are no hidden fees or gimmicks. So this is written into their terms of service, which defines this as 30 days. So there's really zero risk, no risk whatsoever on your part. Okay, so if you haven't already done so, go to the link, michaelhyatt.com/Bluehost. You should now be on my Bluehost sign-up page, and it looks similar to this. Now, Bluehost does change the design of this from time to time, so don't be too concerned if it looks somewhat different. What you want to do now is click on the Get Started button. And this is going to ask you to select your plan. And I want to suggest that you pick the Plus plan, which is their most popular option. It's only $1 more a month than the basic plan, but it gives you the ability to host an unlimited number of websites on this one account. I think that's a no-brainer. Regardless of the plan you pick, my instructions will work for you. The math is just going to be different. And again, I recommend the Plus plan. So continue by clicking on the Select button. Now, you need to decide whether you need a domain name or you already have a domain name. And we're going to choose the first option. We're going to assume that we haven't previously registered a domain using some other domain registration service. Now, if you've already previously registered a domain, for example, at GoDaddy.com, you want to pick the second option. And I'm not going to go through that in this screencast, but I will explain it below in the notes. It does require an additional step. Now simply enter your domain name, and I'm going to enter my Easy WP Demo, and I'm going to select .com. If you've got another extension that you would like, you can pick it from the list. And then you're just going to simply click on the Next button. Bluehost is going to double check to make sure that that domain name is available. And if it's not, you'll have to try to select another one. But at this point, you're going to want to enter in the account information. And I'm going to blur this out for obvious reasons. I'm using 1Password here to automatically enter all the information, and I've blurred this out for obvious reasons. Now scroll down to your package information. As you can see, the prices range from $3.95 a month to $5.95 a month. And again, this is for the Plus package. If you picked another plan, your options are going to be slightly different, but the price depends on the length of your commitment. If you don't use my affiliate link, you're not going to see these prices. This special price of $1 per month off the regular price is only available if you use my affiliate link. And again, if you're not there, you can find it at michaelhyatt.com/Bluehost. Now, if you're unsure, select the 12-month price. It's more expensive per month, but you only have to commit for a year. If you're sure, select the 24-month or the 36-month price. It's the least expensive. But keep in mind, you're going to be required to pay Bluehost in advance. That's how Bluehost is able to offer these super low prices. So 12 months at $5.95 per month is going to be $71.40 per year and $71.40 up front. 24 months at $4.95 per month is going to be $59.40 per year and $118.80 up front. 36 months at $3.95 per month is going to be $47.40 per year and $142.20 up front. Now, I'm not going to sign up for any of the other services in this demo session. I'm going to uncheck this domain privacy protection, Site Backup Pro, and Site Lock Security, and that brings my total to $71.40. Now you want to scroll up and enter in your payment information. And again, for obvious reasons, I'm going to blur this out. So I enter my credit card information, and you're going to need to click on this box here that says, I confirm I've read and agreed to the terms of service, yada, yada, yada. When you're ready, and by the way, if you want to read those, you can click on them. But when you're ready, you can click on Submit. It's going to take a second while it processes your credit card information. Be patient. And you should now see, congratulations, welcome to Bluehost. Here are a few special offers just for you. And by the way, note that a confirmation email is going to be sent to your email address with a lot of the information you're going to need from the very beginning. Now, the system is obviously offering you an opportunity to purchase some upgrades. You can do this if you wish, but personally, I wouldn't do it. You can always do it later. I would just scroll down here and click on the no thanks link. And at this point, you're going to need to create your password and log in. So start by creating your password and clicking on the Create Your Password button. Now click on the Generate Password button. Let Bluehost do the heavy lifting. Now they've given you a suggested password, and you can click on the eye icon to view the password. And for right now, I want you to write this down or copy it to a file on your computer for safekeeping. But to do this, just select the text like I'm doing here, although I've got it blurred out. And then press Command-C on the Mac or Control-C on a PC to copy it to the clipboard. And then you want to click this button that confirms that you've read all these various documents, and then click on Continue. Boom. You're in. You're already logged in, and this is Bluehost. This is the control panel, sometimes called the C panel, but it's got all these different resources, which I know can be a little overwhelming, and it may welcome you here and offer to do some things for you. You're going to go ahead and skip this just by Xing out of it. Why? Because I'm here to help you. But at this point, you're going to want to scroll down until you see this section called Website, and you're going to see this link that says Install WordPress with the WordPress icon, and that brings us to step 3, Install WordPress. Now, don't be scared by this step. It's amazingly simple. It used to be complicated, and you kind of had to be a semi-geek to pull it off, but Bluehost makes it super simple. Trust me, anyone can do this. Thousands of people have followed my instructions and had their WordPress. Thousands of people have followed my instructions to set up their WordPress self-hosted site, and you can do it too. All you got to do, watch how simple this is, click on Install WordPress. At this point, we're going to be waiting for a new page, and it's going to say that WordPress or Bluehost will be willing to do this for you. You can pay them a price to install it, but you don't need any of that. Why? Because you've got me. All you got to click on is install. And again, I'm going to walk you through it step by step. At this point, you want to click on Check Domain, and you need to be a little patient while it loads. This can take a few minutes, depending on the speed of your connection and how busy the Bluehost servers are. The next screen will say, last step, you're almost there. You want to click on Show Advanced Options. And here you want to fill in the site name or the title. Now, in my case, I'm using my Easy WP wordpress.demo.com. Yours could be your name. It could be the name of the site, the name of your topic, whatever it is. But then notice you also have the admin username and the admin password. And what you want to do here is, first of all, click on I have read the terms and conditions of the GPL v2. Okay? And if you want to read it, you can click on that link to read it. And then you're going to want to click on Install Now. And it's going to say loading. It's going to take a few minutes. And it's pointing out that your progress is going to be monitored up here at the very top. This is going to take a few minutes. In the meantime, Bluehost wants to upsell you. There's nothing wrong with these products. These are all listed here. But for the sake of the demo, I'm not going to buy any other options. I'm just going to ignore these for now. Meanwhile, again, we'll note the progress at the very top of the page. Again, be patient. This can take a couple of minutes depending on how busy the Bluehost servers are. And when it's done, you're going to get this screen, this notification that says your install is complete. Now you can click on View Credentials. Now you're looking at the Notification Center. And you're going to want to scroll down, and you'll notice that there's an alert, and it says your WordPress install is finished, and a red badge says Credentials. To the right, click the View link. And once again, scroll down, and there they are. There are your installation credentials, and you'll see your site URL, your admin URL, your username, and your password. Now again, I want to encourage you to write this down, save it to Evernote, or take a screenshot. Bluehost is also going to email this to you, but I like to be safe. So for now, select the password, copy it to the clipboard, again by pressing Command-C if you're on a Mac or Control-C if you're on Windows. And now we're making very serious progress. You successfully installed WordPress, so let's take it for a spin. And that brings us to step 4, log into the WordPress admin panel. And you're going to do that by clicking on this link right here. You should be looking at your WordPress login page. Boom, there we are. Now enter the username and password. Remember, you wrote these down in step 3. You also copied it to the clipboard, so I'm just going to paste it in here. First, I'm going to just type my username, again, blurred out, and my password, and I'm going to click the Remember Me checkbox so that WordPress will remember me next time I try to log in. Then click on Log In. In this case, 1Password is offering to save this for me, and I'm going to say, sure, I want to save that so I don't have to do it every time. WordPress may ask you to connect Jetpack to your WordPress account. Now, you're going to want to do this later, so make a note of it. You can find it here in the dashboard, but we aren't going to do it now. It's pretty simple, but you'll need to set up a free account on WordPress.com first. And if you want to do that now, you can. I'm just not going to walk you through that process, but it's going to add some additional features to WordPress that, again, are free. There's also some other features that you can purchase, but I would suggest you do this at a later time. You're now looking at the WordPress dashboard. Sometimes bloggers refer to this as the WordPress backend. The front end is what your readers see, your normal blog site. The back end is what you see, how you control what appears on the front end. Another way to look at it is to think of the analogy of a restaurant. You know, you've got the kitchen, which is analogous to the WordPress backend, and you've got the dining area, which is where you serve the food to your customers, and that's analogous to your WordPress site. But that brings us to step 5, write your first post. This is where it gets exciting. You're going to click on this post link over here, and then go over here and click on Add New. And that's going to give you a space to create your very first blog post. And I'm going to call this first one, and here's where we put the title, Welcome to My Blog. And down here, you're going to enter in the actual post. This is where you write all the content for the post. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I've created a macro to make this easy and fast so you don't have to watch me type and erase and correct my mistakes. And so, boom, there's the first post. So congratulations. It's that simple. At this point, what you're going to want to do is click the Publish button. WordPress has now actually published your post for the whole world to see, and you're still looking at the WordPress backend. Again, this is where we make the sausage, so to speak, but your post is displayed on the WordPress front end where we serve the sausage. So note that there's a message right below the words Edit Post that reads, your site is currently displayed a coming soon page. Once you're ready to launch your site, click here. We're going to do that, which actually does raise the curtain on the stage. And then at this point, we want to take a look at the front end of the blog. And so that brings us to step number 6, load your new blog. Now, what I want to suggest that you do is click right here where it says View Post. And if you're on a Mac, I want to suggest you hold down the Command key so that it opens in a new tab if you're using Chrome like I am, because I want to get back to that. But there it is. There's the front end of your brand spanking new blog. That's what it looks like. You know, it's not very fancy. This has got a pretty plain vanilla theme. That's what comes out of the box with WordPress. But honestly, this is one of the most amazing parts of WordPress because there are thousands of themes available and you can customize all this to your heart's content. The fonts, the colors, the way things are styled, all of that can be customized through themes, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. Which brings us to the final stage, which is to bookmark your blog. In fact, I want you to save 2 bookmarks. First of all, your blog, the WordPress front end, which we're looking at here. So what you want to do is save the bookmark using the bookmark function of the browser you're using. I'm using Chrome. And so there is the name of my site. I'm going to keep it really simple and just put essentially the URL there. And I'm going to save it in this folder called blog. Okay? And you can see it over here. I just saved it. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to the front end of my blog. But I also want to save the back end, the administrative page. And I want you to go to this section and click on Dashboard because that's where we want this to open when we first log in. Now save this as a bookmark. And in this case, I'm going to save it as myeasywpdemo.com. And then I'm just going to put the word admin. This is what I do on all my sites to kind of keep it simple. And then I click on Done. Now here's the cool thing. In that blog folder, I have those 2 links. I can go to the front end if I need to, or I can quickly go to the back end. Either one.
Well, that's about it. If you followed my instructions, you now have your very own self-hosted WordPress blog. Congratulations! Probably the next thing you want to do is select a theme for your WordPress blog. You can find thousands of free ones on the internet. Just Google free WordPress themes. Personally, I'd recommend spending a little money and buying a premium theme. I recommend the Get Noticed theme for WordPress. This is the theme that I personally designed and built with my friend Andrew Buckman. It has features that no other WordPress theme has. It's particularly helpful for anyone wanting to build a personal brand. Authors, speakers, comedians, musicians, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, entrepreneurs, you get the idea. You can find out more at getnoticedtheme.com. And if you want to learn more about WordPress, I recommend WP101.com. This is basically a WordPress tutorial site with videos on how to do everything and anything in WordPress. I have links in the post below to my theme and to WP101.com. And just like the Bluehost link, the WP101 link is an affiliate link. But if I've helped you in this free screencast, you can help me by clicking on that link. If you don't want to, that's fine too. It just helps me continue to provide helpful resources like this. For more information about blogging and building your platform, visit my blog at michaelhyatt.com. Thanks.